Mick Barras with Ghostteq, and welcome back to another segment of GhostGab. Today's segment we're going to be talking about, do ghosts get a bad rap? In a lot of cases, they do. Because a lot of people, well, whether in the professional realm, I wouldn't say professional actually, because actually in this field, paranormal investigating and in ghost hunting in general, there are no professionals, believe it or not. Why? Because in this field, it's an ongoing learning process. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Do ghosts get a bad rap? Personally, I believe that they do. Because a lot of us nowadays that are still out there in the field, ghost hunting or paranormal investigators, do actually see ghosts as a bad entity, a demon, or a poltergeist. Or in some cases, like in the entertainment world, you know, they all portray them, come Halloween, which is just around the corner, portray them to be evil, which in essence, they're not really bad, they're not really evil. You know, we know that, you know, as kids, when we're growing up, you know, and we're told to go to bed, and we think we're seeing things, and sometimes the parents will tell you, go to bed, you're not seeing anything, or you're just, you know, you're imagining. Your imagination is running wild. But later on, as we grow older, sometimes those things still do happen. And, you know, there are some people out there that are gifted and have been known to be able to contact the dead, talk with spirits, talk with ghosts, and in essence, being able to communicate with them. There's sensitives, there's empaths, you know, there's people that do seances, and things of that nature. But on the topic of ghosts getting a bad rap, you know, I believe for the most part, they do get a bad rap. You know, because there's people online, don't get me wrong, because there's plenty of groups out there online, in Facebook, YouTube, that actually do due diligence for the good of spirits. On the other hand, you know, there's a scale there that weighs back and forth, whether you got your good and you got your bad. And you got groups out there that want to entertain others, you know, like the para TV shows. They, you know, they have to have ratings, right? They have to be able to have the ratings so that they can stay on the show, so that they can stay on the air, and so that people keep on watching them. Well, in order to do that, they have to spice things up a bit, you know, have the players on the characters on the show to say, oh, look at this, we saw that, we saw this, we saw that, you know, and they're filming and they're showing all these entertainment aspects of the film to the viewers out there, so that they're seeing something which in essence they're not really doing at all. And they're not doing it justice to the spirit realm as it is in a whole, especially for those in the field that are actually studying. You got those that also, they want to familiarize the character of a spirit in connection with being a demon, or skull and crossbones, or spookiness. You know, I know Halloween is just coming around the corner, and, you know, we all want to have the entertainment value and go out there and have a good time. And that's, you know, that's all good and well. But on the other hand, you want to be able to respect the realm itself. Don't try to enhance things by saying, oh, you know, I want to, in order to get the attention that I can get on a social site level, by getting more people to like me, I've got to enhance what I want so that they actually like me more. And that's to create the relevance by saying, oh, grave digger, ghost hunters, or whatever, and they have these skulls and these crossbones, and they have these demon heads and everything, and you know, they even have conferences, you know, they have conventions, and they attract all these paranormal groups and ghost hunter groups to go there for the whole purpose of being entertained. But in actuality, I mean, that's good, that's all good and well, but what about those people out there that actually do need the help? The people out there that that are experiencing true things happening within their home. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of the stuff that goes on in the home is actually accurate, because sometimes the client, the person, the resident, or whether it's a business, they might be having other problems that are going on that's not really the case. You know, we'll get more in depth with that later. But as far as the whole point that I'm getting at, that a spirit is getting a bad name by being misunderstood and mistaken as being labeled as a demon, which is not really. Because look at it this way. We all know, say for instance, you have a person that you know of that you really don't like because they're bad, and you know, they're always being mean, they're being bullies or whatever like that. That doesn't make them a demon. That just makes them a bad person. Well, in actuality, in the spirit realm, that's also the same principle. Because just as there is in physical life, the spiritual life is the same, whereas that person was bad in the physical realm. When he passed on, he took on that part of him with him, the characteristics of being a bad person with him. And in the spirit realm, he still had that in his nature. So he became a bad spirit. That didn't make him a demonic or evil. It was just a bad spirit, okay? And there's a difference between the two, you know, in essence of it being a poltergeist or a demon or incubus, succubus, whatever you want to call them. Those are two different fields altogether. But in actuality, that's just something that does happen. But anyway, as far as like I was talking about the bad spirits and demonic spirits, the percentages are highly unlikely that you're going to come across a demon. Now, it's not as actually a guarantee, because in this field there are no guarantees, but the high likeliness of you coming across an actual demon, you have better chances of being on an airplane crashing, okay? But anyway, like my little ghost friend here, he's not really a ghost. He's a little bear. But this was something that I wanted to get across so that I can have you understand where I'm coming from. A ghost is not a demon. Just like this ghost here is truly a bear. But he's my buddy anyway. But still, what I'm getting at is that the ghosts and the spirits out there, they're not demons. They're of somebody that died in a past life, maybe just recently, maybe last week, maybe last month, maybe last year, maybe 10, 20 years ago. Not that they stick around as long, because we all still have that belief that maybe somewhere along the line that they're going to pass on. They're going to reach and go beyond and, like they say, follow through the light, whatever. But, you know, they still come back maybe now and again, maybe communicate with us loved ones or friends or relatives, you know, to let us know that, you know, that they're okay, you know, and that they're not here to freak us out. You know, there's a difference between that identity of Casper. Remember the cartoon Casper the Friendly Ghost? Well, I know that's, you know, it's kind of that analogy. In comparison to what you see on TV, like Poltergeist, you know, the demonic sections of that. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. But for now, I just wanted to tell you that. And until we meet again for our next show, we'll be talking about something else maybe. I'm just going to leave it a surprise for now, okay? And then until next time, I think the next show that we come up with is probably going to be for Halloween purpose, because I believe Halloween, October is just around the corner, the first of the month, I believe. I think today is the 29th or the 30th. So we only have a couple of days left before the first of the month. But until then, I think the following week, it's probably going to fall along the 5th or the 7th, somewhere along there. And we're going to be running into the Halloween period of the month. And we'll come up with something then to talk about, maybe just for the occasion of entertainment. And until then, good night, and we'll see you then.